These images were made by the most powerful AI generator in the world. At least it used to be. Midjourney just dropped version 8 and the internet has mixed reviews. Creators who have built their whole workflow around it are jumping ship, but some are praising it. With ChatGPT image generator coming out of nowhere and Nana Banana still in the spotlight for number 1, Midjourney seems to be quietly losing ground in the background, and it's been happening for months. So I tested V8 against both of them. Same prompt, same style, same use cases to answer one question: does Midjourney still deserve to be called the best? And the answer is more complicated than I expected. In the early days of Midjourney, I think hands down Midjourney was the number 1. These are the days before Nana Banana and the days before ChatGPT's image gen. But now, who is really the top number 1 king when it comes to AI generations? I started browsing a few different top images on Midjourney to see what do I like and what would be good prompts to recreate from Midjourney. One was this image right here that this person's kind of splashed with water or coming out of the water, which I thought was pretty cinematic. So basically, I stole the prompt and put it in there. The prompt was female outdoor fashion model emerging violently through water. And I got these results from Midjourney. And I think it's pretty close to what was created and which was one of the top posts on Midjourney. I think it looks pretty good aesthetically. And I had to test that same prompt with ChatGPT to see how well ChatGPT handled it. And ChatGPT did really well when it came to the same prompt, but I do feel like ChatGPT didn't really nail the same prompt or look and feel as the original image that we were trying to get. It took it more literally, which isn't a problem, or is it? That's something we'll get to a little bit later on. And as for the next test, I saw this nice little cyborg that was also on Midjourney's V8 alpha testing. By the way, this is all early testing when it comes to Midjourney. This isn't the official release, this is like their beta program. And this cyborg seems pretty good. I like the aesthetics. It feels very gentle, very feminine, but also vibrant with the colors. And unlike the other prompt, this one was a little bit more involved. As you see, it says a close-up medium shot of a cyborg woman with short pink hair, and the prompt goes a little bit more into detail than the other one. So it would give more detail to ChatGPT and Nana Banana to see how well it actually handles this task. And here are the results. I think Nana Banana didn't do too bad, but it definitely felt like it was more so of an anime theme style. It didn't really feel as vibrant as we saw with Midjourney, where nowhere in the prompt actually had any type of cartoon or anime style. It was very realistic. I think the ChatGPT one was close to what we see with Midjourney, where it does feel like actually maybe even more realistic. It seems like somebody's almost cosplaying with a crazy budget. And that's the result we got with ChatGPT. And those two, I'll have to say that ChatGPT and Midjourney were probably beating Nana Banana. But for the next test, it was one of a luxury beauty editor photograph, where it's this lady right here who is a model, seemed like something out of a magazine. And I wanted to try to recreate that. So I reprompted it in Midjourney V8 and got this, where it has this model, a female with the same type of style and flow. And I don't think that was too bad, but I wanted to test it up against ChatGPT and Nana Banana to see how well it actually performed. And with ChatGPT, it came out with this, and that wasn't bad at all. I actually think this was actually a pretty good generation for ChatGPT. But for Nana Banana, I got this photo, and I think they all did pretty good, but I would still have to give it to Midjourney V8 and ChatGPT as far as who did the best photo, with Midjourney probably being in the lead for me with how striking the photo was and the style for Midjourney. And this is all using the same prompt, but that was for people. I wonder how it would do with something a little bit more abstract, where I saw this tub where it was this bathroom in a rainforest, and I wanted to see how it would do just with environmental photos. Almost no people around, just see what it does with the scenery. And well, I got this photo, and that was pretty good from Midjourney. But this is also the other two photos I got from Nana Banana, and this one I got from ChatGPT. I want to say both of them look pretty good, but I think that ChatGPT kind of nailed it more. As in Midjourney, they're pretty good. For some reason, Nana Banana seems to be creating these illustrations or drawings. It doesn't really look the most realistic. If you look in the background, it kind of looks more like a painting than it does a photo. Where ChatGPT and Midjourney kind of understood that this is something more realistic. But for another test, I wanted to do, well, anime. Because we did people and we did the environment. Let's try to see how well it does an animated image. And I got this one right here from one of the Midjourney galleries that was the top for that day. And it was a pretty basic image. I wanted to see how well it would do. And ChatGPT didn't seem to do too bad. As well as Nana Banana didn't seem to do too bad either. I feel like this character almost looks like one of the people from Black Clover, if you know that anime. But actually, Midjourney, I think, probably did the worst out of this lineup because it had a One Piece theme. It seemed like you can definitely tell what kind of data it may have been training on, but it wasn't bad overall. I just don't think it fit the original prompt, and it doesn't really seem like an original anime. It definitely seems like it took some inspiration from other animes. And the last prompt that I tried, I think also revealed why people have such mixed reviews on Midjourney. I saw this car right here with this lady posing in front of it, and well, I wanted to recreate it and see how well it did against ChatGPT and Midjourney and Nana Banana. And when I recreated it, I think that ChatGPT did really well, and it was very dynamic, and I think they probably did the best out of all the generations. And then second was, well, Nana Banana. And then third, well, was Midjourney. And even though Midjourney style was pretty good, I think it looks very realistic, like somebody actually took a photo of this. I think the issue here is glaring. As you see in a lot of these images, you see that the person's hands are malformed. Not only that, we even see that in other generations. Even that top one that I did earlier for the anime, you can see that the doctor's stethoscope is on the guy's neck, detached from the actual stethoscope device. And I think therein lies the frustration with post Midjourney is disappointing, or even post serious question, what happened to Midjourney? We even see inside of the chat where people are speaking about Midjourney V7 versus V8, and they said it's that they're seriously disappointed because they see that the hands still aren't fixed, arms are malformed, even causing one of the biggest AI YouTubers AI search to say, what is Midjourney? Which is pretty tongue-in-cheek, but basically expressing the frustration with the once king of AI image generation is now kind of relegated to be not as crisp and clean as ChatGPT and Nana Banana, where we see even in these other generations for Midjourney that they're not perfect. A lot of the hands are messed up when it comes to this. And honestly, to be version 8 and we see the competitors doing realistic generation with realistic anatomies of people, that can cause a huge frustration. And I think that's why a lot of people are moving away from Midjourney. But I think the people who are staying, the actual true fans of Midjourney, are staying, well, because the aesthetics. In all the generations that I did, you see that Midjourney can create some really beautiful, vibrant images. And I think that's the dilemma. There's so much hope for Midjourney to actually make such beautiful images. But when it comes to real world, if you're trying to edit images, trying to get the right perfect aesthetic, Midjourney kind of falls short, or you're just going to be burning through credits trying to create that perfect image. Where ChatGPT and Nana Banana does it effortlessly. It's just not as powerful as the competitors. And I think most people would agree. But tell me down in the comment section down below, what do you think about Midjourney V8, at least the beta? You should definitely like and subscribe to keep up with the latest and greatest AI news, as I will be coming back to talk more about other type of AIs, as well as more about Midjourney when it's fully released. That being said, your boy Dex, not Dexter, out.